Good morning. This is Billy Simmons here with Trident Real Estate. Just going to go ahead and give this a shot. Been thinking about doing something kind of like this for a while and listened to a podcast and was like, well, what the heck? Let me give this a try and shoot a video and upload it to YouTube and we'll see what happens. One of the first things I want to talk about is that imperfect action, and that what we're doing right here is pretty much a key example of that. And it's something that I've learned listening to some folks like Carlos Frank on the Doer's Journey, hearing some people there, and just some other podcasts that I listen to. And it's about, if you just take action, that's so much more important than waiting until you have the right perfect time. You're going to get so much more done. You just take that imperfect action. And it's like whenever a company like Apple or Windows or anybody launches a podcast, they don't wait until they have the perfect product to launch it. That's why there's always updates and everything. It's all about taking action. So that's kind of what I'm doing here today. So what I'll be talking about when I do these videos is just kind of what's going on, doing a lot of talking about real estate and things that I'm learning at the time. And so one thing that, and this really motivated me too to make this video, is I'm reading a biography of Trammell Crow, who was a major developer, started out in Texas. And one of the things it's talking about is um, the Great Depression, and about when the Great Depression right before the Great Depression started, there was all this building going on all over the United States. It says from 1918 to 1930, the commercial real estate in New York City tripled in the Grand Central District. And so one thing that it mentions is how a lot of these um, commercial real estate pieces, these skyscrapers, they were all being financed, and that a lot of times they were even being financed for more than what the construction cost was. So the developers had absolutely zero skin in the game. And then the banks were packaging these up as bonds and selling them off. And so fast forward to 2007 when we had the real estate crash, when everybody wanted to talk about the RMBS, residential mortgage-backed securities, wanted to make it seem like that was a new thing. But I mean, if you go all the way back to the Great Depression, you had something similar. So I'm no financial expert, no expert on those kind of things, but I just find that pretty interesting how the more things change, the more things stay the same. And so I just thought that was something really kind of interesting. Um, and if you ever want to read a good book about the mortgage-backed securities, I'd highly recommend reading Liar's Poker by Michael Lewis. That was one that I thought was real fascinating. Um, Talks about kind of the rise of the mortgage-backed security, the residential mortgage-backed security. A guy named Lou Ranieri, when he was at Solomon Brothers, started it, and kind of goes through how that whole process started. They made a ton of money, and then kind of the leadership of the bank ended up stepping in, taking over, and that's where things kind of went downhill. They kind of got jealous. They wanted the bank to make all the money instead of the traders. And so that's where we were. Kind of fast forward to what we're going through right now with COVID. People are talking about, you know, there's all sorts of uncertainty about what the final shakeout is going to be of this. And I guess this is a good way for me to kind of record this for posterity. I was listening to a Tom Ferry video. They were doing the This Week in Housing regarding keeping current matters. And one thing they're talking about, why we will not have a foreclosure crisis this time around, is because so many people have so much equity as compared to before. Because the values have gone up, so a lot of people were buying at the lower end of the market. So you're not going to have as many people that are going to be upside down on their mortgages at this time. So I guess we'll just kind of see where this all shakes out. But I'm recording this early in the morning on a Tuesday. just couldn't sleep, getting ready to go work out at F3. Had some BPOs to do, getting ready for a strong week of work, and going out to show some property to clients today. Making some calls about some listing appointments. Hopefully, we should have some more inventory coming online. And if you've got any questions, feel free to hit me up. You can just ask questions down here in the comments. Connect with me on Facebook. Um, Trying to get my Instagram going. I haven't really been that active on it, but also on Twitter. So I'll put all those links in down here in the description, and just reach out. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you'd like to hear about, and look forward to talking to y'all again soon.